Hello friends! Today I'm going to do an example 3-point problem as it applies to structural geology, and this is just one method of solving 3-point problems. You're going to need a calculator with trig functions, a ruler, a protractor, and a pencil with an eraser. Alright, so the way this problem starts out is that we're asked to find the attitude, which is the strike and dip, of a sandstone bed that has the following orientation with respect to a point X. So site A is 150 meters from X, and the azimuth is 195 degrees from X with an elevation, let's say the top of the sandstone unit, the elevation is 1,150 meters above sea level. Site B is 225 meters from X, the azimuth is 050 degrees, and the elevation of the top of the sandstone is 650 meters above sea level. And finally, point C, or site C, is 100 meters from X at 350 degrees and 800 meters above sea level. For the particular equations that I'm going to be using for the way to show you this particular problem, it's really important to make sure that you've labeled your sites with A as the highest elevation, B as the lowest elevation, and C as the middle elevation. And that's just in this case because of these particular equations that I'm going to use. And so these are our givens. We're saying that the distance from B to E divided by the distance from A to B is equal to the C elevation minus B elevation over A elevation minus B elevation. And this is just basically a way of looking at similar triangles. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Another given equation is that the tangent of delta, which is our dip, is equal to F elevation minus B elevation divided by the distance between F and B. And again, we'll get into that in a little bit. So let's get started. The first thing that we have to do is set up our grid. This is a graphical solution and in space, so we need to make sure that we put in a north arrow. We've got north here. And just to get ourselves oriented, we should also start thinking, okay, we've got some point X in the middle, right? We know we've got a point X, and we should just be thinking, okay, A is at 195 degrees with X in the middle, so we're thinking A is going to be somewhere down here in the southwest quadrant. Similarly, B is at 50 degrees, so B is going to be somewhere here in the northeast quadrant. And finally, C is pretty close to north, but it is going to be in that northwest quadrant. So just so we have an orientation, thinking, okay, where are our sites going to be here?